Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
To buy or not to buy, it's time for us to review our shopping lists. And when it comes to the stock market, who better to tell us the must-haves than our very own Dan Koh?
Good morning, Audrey. How are you doing today?
Oh, doing great.
All right, I like to see a nice cheery face in the morning. So welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies that will call for your attention. So we're looking at market trends to risks, as well as hidden gems or warning signs to steer clear of. 8855-0893, text us and tell us whether you think it's going to be a hot or not. Okay, Audrey, are you a huge fan of K-pop?
No, I wouldn't say huge fan, but of course I do know the big players. I'm a big Blackpink gal. I watch their documentaries.
Okay.
And of course I know about BTS. I think that's about it. BTS and Blackpink, that's my whole repertoire.
Is the girls' generation your generation?
I think so. I do know friends who are really into girls' generation, but I never got into it.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, a specific company or a specific band that we're turning to today is widely regarded as one of the most popular bands in the world with a huge following. I believe their fan or their loyal fan base would be called the Army.
Yes, it's BTS.
It's BTS.
That I know.
You're a huge fan, aren't you?
No,
Not
but
so much.
I remember when their song Dynamite came out, I was like, this is so catchy.
It's
Look
catchy,
at them
right?
go. Yeah.
And it explains the popularity as well. And of course, you know, the manager behind them all, HYBE Corporation, formerly known as Big Hit Entertainment. They're known as a South Korean entertainment company and has been a huge establishment known for its global success with artists like BTS. And they've also known to be one of the greatest or the biggest leading force in the K-pop industry, expanding their influence through acquisitions and, of course, diversifying its content offerings. And yes, news broke earlier last month that the K-pop juggernaut BTS is set to make their long-awaited comeback in March of 2026.
Yes, I did see that they're done with their military service.
Yeah.
So many videos of them walking out and everyone went nuts. And I think that they're gearing up for a huge comeback.
Huge, it might be an understatement here, Audrey. So the question remains, will this moment deliver sustained value for investors? Or is the HYBE's stock poised for a letdown? Is it all just a hype?
See what you did there?
So let's dive a little bit more into the details here. So, to many investors, BTS's comeback is not just a cultural event, but is known as a financial play. In fact, the group's July 2025 live stream had drawn 7.3 million viewers, and that marked their first collective appearance in nearly 3 years. Because I believe most of them actually had like an individual casting.
Oh,
or
okay.
like had individual projects that they worked on. Yeah.
So they went solo and then now they're back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable that 7.3 million people tuned into the live stream, and I believe they were just standing and talking. They weren't singing or anything.
No, they weren't.
just
Yeah.
announced that they're coming back.
Yeah.
Imagine when they hit the road again.
Wow. I mean, that's just a teaser of what to expect, right?
Yeah.
So lots to be excited for when it comes to BTS and HYBE Corporation. And in fact, their March 2026 album and world tour are expected to leverage the enduring fan base, which has kept much of HYBE's stock afloat during their hiatus. So the company's revenue projections for 2025, now take note of this, projected at 2.69 trillion won. That translates to about 2.4 billion Singapore dollars, an 18.4% jump from 2024, and that relies heavily on BTS's return to form.
Yeah. All right. So I have a little bit of a personal story here.
Oh, what's that?
So back in 2019, I believe that BTS kicked off their world tour at the time at a place called the Rose Bowl. It's a very famous venue in Pasadena, California.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't far away at the time.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, should I go? Should I, attend the concert? I remember they had 2 concerts there.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of news articles that they made like $16.6 million with those 2 shows alone.
Wow.
And that's before you even count all of the merchandise, everything that they sold with it.
Yeah.
So that was the venue's record for the most money earned. beating out Taylor Swift and U2.
That is crazy.
So I remember that, and I was like, I should have gone.
Oh, man, Audrey, you missed. What a show.
I missed it. But, I mean, look at the scale, right?
Yeah.
And they're so big everywhere. It's not just in Korea. It's definitely not just in Asia, but everywhere in the U.S. as well.
Yeah, that actually surprised me there. I wasn't expecting it to be as hyped as it is over in America. But it does seem like their influence across the world is making it big for them. So the stakes are high for them. In fact, just news of them coming back together and their 2026 comeback had helped to, push the HYBE's stock price to surge to a near record highs in June of 2025, climbing as high as 313,500 Korean won. Just yesterday, at the latest market session, HYBE closed at 272,500 won. That's up about 38% year to date. So it does show that, they've got quite a good amount of room to run for their stock price. But of course, it reveals, various concerns from the likes of rising news of legal scandals from fraud allegations against their founder Bang Si-hyuk that's resurfacing in recent days. And just to give you a brief rundown of what's happening to that news, we're seeing how South Korea's top financial watchdog, who are basically doing a huge investigation into Bang Si-hyuk, the founder and chair of HYBE and chief producer behind the BTS, to the prosecution for alleged fraud charges relating to the listing of the entertainment powerhouse. So basically what happened is that the FSS has been conducting a probe on allegations that Bang had allegedly misled early investors of HYBE, formerly known as Big Hit Entertainment, back in 2019, by claiming that there were no plans to list the K-pop agency.
Okay, so
Fast
definitely not without drama there. But HYBE says it did nothing wrong, but who knows how the courts will see it, right?
Exactly. So we'll see how that performs. So, based on how the share's been performing so far, we've seen how the solo projects from Jungkook's Seven, RM's Right Place, Wrong Person kept revenue flowing, but their recorded music sales had dipped 11.3% in 2024. HYBE's net income also dropped 9.38 billion Korean won in 2024, stark contrast to 2023 profit of 187.25 billion won. So this rebound is largely dependent on how well the stock is set to perform. And I believe that, with this much anticipated news of them coming back together, it's certainly set to, hit to the highs of billions of wons for at least HYBE in the next couple of years, I believe. Yeah.
So I think BTS remains HYBE's golden goose, right? They're the world's top-selling artist for a few years straight there. And even though solo projects kept the lights on, now that they're coming back together, I think they can expect a good boost in their bottom line.
Certainly so. So long-term bet, it seems like HYBE stock could be a buy for investors who are willing to endure such short-term volatility. But of course, risk factors like legal liability still remains. That being said, having considered all factors, I believe the verdict for me for today has got to be a hot.
I knew it.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I think so. I think that BTS's comeback could smash records.
Yep.
It can revive their revenue and push HYBE stock to new highs. They have multiple new acts as well, so it's not all eggs in BTS's basket. They have new artists as well. So, their expansion into the US and Japan could really help it diversify beyond this one big mega group. But of course, you cannot underestimate the ARMY. They will.
Please don't. Yeah.
They will follow their favorites. And, I think that they are set to make a huge comeback. I do think the legal scandals could spook some investors, and they're still heavily reliant on BTS. But other than that, thinking that it's looking pretty good.
All right, and that pretty much does it for our Stock in Focus for today, HYBE. Now, Audrey, just some quick fun facts about them, okay? So, HYBE was founded back in 2005 by Bang Si-hyuk as Big and Hit Entertainment. But how many members are there in BTS?
7.
Oh, very good. Okay, what does BTS stand for?
Behind the scenes?
Bangtan Sonyeondan, which is Korean for Bulletproof Boy Scouts. Close enough, Audrey.
So not what I thought.
Yeah, so apparently that refers to blocking out negative comments. That being said, that's all we have for our Stock in Focus for today. HYBE.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.